This is the G8 Mini Random Orbital Polisher from Griots Garage. Now this was in our polisher shootout recently in the last couple of months, and it finished very, very well. In fact, in the micro polisher category, it finished second only to a cordless Random Orbital Mini Polisher. But other than that, it scored really, really well. I think it scored like 91 points and was only 5 points behind the battery powered or the cordless tool, and this one is much cheaper. This one runs you about $135 and includes a lifetime warranty. Now, we know it's cheap, we know that it's got a good warranty, but how well does it work? Well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to actually take a deeper look at the features of this, and then we're going to put it in the hands of a pro. We're going to find out what Chase thinks about it. We're going to see it in use, and then we'll come back and we'll just wrap up the review. This is the Griots Garage G8, and it's their mini Random Orbital Polisher. 3-inch backing pad, 8mm orbit on this, and speeds, you get a 6-speed dial here, so you go from 2,000 up to 6,400, and that's orbits per minute. That's not RPM, that's OPM, so orbits per minute. It is not a variable speed trigger. Okay, stop this right here. I made a big mistake. This does have a variable speed trigger. What I just said there that it doesn't have, it does. And we confirmed that in usage of it. I don't know what happened, but I just, for some reason, thought it did not have a variable speed trigger. Back to the video. And then you get a trigger lock where you can lock that trigger on if you want to, and then pull the trigger to release that. But you do get this 6-speed dial there. There are not half speeds in there. It'd be nice if they did have some half speeds. I really don't think that affects the usage of this, and we'll talk about that once we actually start using it. Vibration is very minimal on this. It's less than 5 pounds as well, so it's not a heavy machine whatsoever. Nice balanced machine as well. Does have a cord that's also plugs in and out, or you can separate, so that is very nice to be able to plug that in and then pull it out just by pushing the detent there to unlock that and pull that out of machine. So that is something that's somewhat unique to the Griots polishers that comes in very handy. The other nice thing is it is a very long cord. It's like I think 11 feet. It's over 10 feet long, so that comes in very useful as well, that you're not having to pull out an extension cord a lot of times. So really useful polisher and works really, really well. It is a brush model, and you'll get extra brushes with it as well. You can put auxiliary handles on it if you want to. You can remove these and run a D handle, but typically you see most people not using that, especially on this smaller micro polisher or mini polisher, whatever you want to call that. Ergonomics, again, are done very well in this machine. Everything from the rubber overmolding where you can grip it very well on the front side as well. You get a lot of hand space as well to be able to grip this. And then you even get some rubber feet here where you can set this upside down if you need to. Very broad trigger where you can grab it at any spot that you need to. And from either way, it's kind of a rocker switch where you can turn it on or off, or where you can turn it on from. So from any grip, you can't pull it pretty much straight on, but from either side you can do so, and easy to get to either side of the speed dial as well. So let's actually use this and see what we think after using it. We know it did very well in our shootout, but let's actually put it on a car, use it a little bit, and then we'll finish up.
Man, you almost forget how powerful this thing is. That's crazy.
What speed you on?
5 right now. It's working some tight areas. the machine itself is real easy to control, especially in tight areas on the bumper where you're trying to work into different sections and stuff like that. You don't have no vibration or nothing like that. If you need to switch hands or use one hand, that's really easy to do. Man, something to mention, I don't know if we mentioned it in the shootout, but the trigger setup on this machine is extremely nice. No matter whether you grab it down at the bottom or at the top, you can work it both ways.
Yeah, I mentioned that it's like a rocker switch.
Yeah. That makes it nice. You're not worried about having a little slide trigger or something like that, like some of the other machines do. That's super nice. Yeah, that works great, because if you're in a weird angle or something like that and you're having to hold the machine different, no matter whether you're at the back, you've got control over it, or if you need to move your hand, you can still, no matter where your hand placement is, you can still get to the trigger. Plus, as you can see there, just like its big brother, that one, just like the G9 does, this one never quits spinning on you either.
So it doesn't stall?
Not at all. Has great power. Even just working on 4 and 5, it does exactly what you need it to do. If you need to get something deep out and you need to turn it all the way up to 6, it does its job extremely well. Does not vibrate at all. Because it does. It's got all the power you need for a small polisher. It's just like holding the G9 in your hand. Just, you know, obviously a lot smaller and able to work in better areas. But it's got all the power you would need. Even if you were stuck with a tool like this and you had to knock out a whole hood or something like this, it would get the job done just like a regular size polisher would.
Thanks again to Chase at Michael's Auto Detailing for stepping up and being a part of our Polisher Shootout, which, by the way, if you haven't seen that, we'll make sure we put a link up here. Also a link in the description to see all the different 23 polishers that we competed head-to-head against. And, of course, the G8 and the G9 were a part of that from Griots. But, again, thanks to Chase for always helping us out and stepping in and kind of being that pro on the detailing side. Now, the G8 was exactly what we saw in the shootout as well. It's just a great tool. Even though it's a mini polisher, even though it's got a small 3-inch backing plate, it's meant to be in those smaller areas, if you will. It still has the power to get a lot of work done. It's really hard to stall the pad. So when you get that circular rotation, a lot of times those pads will stall, especially on smaller machines that may not output as much power. You'll see that you can stall those pads. Not the case on the G8, just like the G9. They just seem to keep turning with the orbit as well as the rotation. So really great power. Ergonomics are very good on this machine as well. Just like we mentioned, balance is really good. Hand placement is pretty easy to hold the tool, as well as the vibration is minimal. So works really well. Ergonomics are really under control, can handle it easy. Price is $135, so that's kind of easy to stomach. And you get a lifetime warranty on these machines. So really hard to look past a machine like this that puts out the type of performance it does at the price point and having that warranty behind it. Hey, make sure you check them out at Griot's Garage. Also keep track of us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. If you don't mind, hit that like and subscribe button if you like this video. By all means, if you didn't like this video, give us a thumbs down, but would you let us know in the comments why? Also, that bell notification, that's going to let you know when new videos are available. Have a great day and keep smiling.